All right, today we're diving into one of the most high-pressure jobs you can possibly imagine, being a 911 dispatcher. I mean, this is a world where every single piece of information, every second, every judgment call, it can literally be the difference between life and death. And now, a powerful new technology is about to change the whole game.
We've all imagined it, right? That moment of sheer panic when you need help, and you need it now. So the big question we're tackling today is this. Can artificial intelligence actually be a trusted partner in those critical moments? Can it really help dispatchers make faster, smarter, and, safer decisions? Let's find out.
All right, Section 1, The Promise, Superpowered Dispatch. First up, let's talk about the incredible potential here. And look, the idea isn't to replace human dispatchers, not at all. The real vision is to give them a kind of superpowered co-pilot, an AI that can process information way faster than any human ever could.
The key concept here is what they call a force multiplier. Just think of it like this. The AI isn't the one flying the plane. It's not making the final decisions. It's augmenting the dispatcher's own senses. It's like having an assistant that listens better, analyzes faster, and connects all the dots in the background, all of which frees up the human dispatcher to do what only a human can do, manage the crisis and talk to people with real empathy.
So what does this actually look like in the middle of a call? Well, imagine this. An AI is transcribing a totally frantic conversation in real time, so there's a perfect log of everything said. At the same time, it's analyzing the caller's tone of voice for extreme stress, maybe flagging a really volatile situation. It could hear a keyword like gun or fire and instantly pop up the right protocols on the dispatcher's screen. Oh, and it could even translate different languages on the fly. It's all about getting a complete picture of the situation like right now.
And it's not just about understanding the call, it's about optimizing the response. AI can look at every available unit, what gear they have, and check live traffic data to recommend the absolute fastest and best-equipped team for that specific job. And what about after the incident is over? Well, it can automate all that tedious report writing, saving tons of time and getting officers back out on the street where they're needed.
But, and this is a big but, this is where the promise of AI runs headfirst into a huge problem. It's called predictive policing. Now, the goal sounds good, right? Use historical data to figure out where crime is most likely to happen and then pre-position officers there. But here's the controversy, the huge catch. What if that historical data is biased? Maybe from over-policing certain neighborhoods in the past? Well, the AI just learns that bias, and then it recommends sending even more police to those same areas, creating this really dangerous feedback loop that just makes the original problem worse.
Now, on a much more promising note, AI can create something called a background canvas. So as a call is coming in, the system is already working. It's instantly pulling together a little dossier on that location. Have there been prior calls? Are there known hazards, maybe weapons in the home, or even a report of an aggressive dog? This gives the responding officers crucial context, real intelligence, before they even step out of the car. And that is a huge deal for their safety.
So it all sounds pretty incredible, right? We're talking faster responses, better information, safer officers. But with any tool this powerful, you absolutely have to ask the tough question, what's the catch? What could possibly go wrong here?
Section 2, The Peril, the hidden dangers. And this is so important, because when you start integrating AI into a system that literally holds the power of life and death, you have to be extremely cautious. We've got to look past all the shiny new features and really get a handle on the fundamental risks involved.
And these core challenges are pretty significant. First, we've already talked about algorithmic bias, the AI just repeating our own worst mistakes. Then you have the black box problem. So what if the AI recommends sending 3 police cars to what sounds like a minor call and nobody can explain why it made that recommendation? Can you really trust it? Then there's data privacy. Pulling all this sensitive information together creates a massive security risk. It's basically a goldmine for hackers. And maybe the biggest one of all, public trust. If the public doesn't know how these incredibly powerful tools are being used, that secrecy can just completely erode the trust between communities and the police.
And this quote really just nails it. It gets to the very heart of the issue. AI provides information, humans provide wisdom and context. An AI can crunch 1 billion data points in a split second, but it has zero wisdom. It has no real understanding of human context, of fear, of nuance. That part, that's still got to be the job of a trained human professional.
And that leads us to this absolutely critical, non-negotiable principle. Human in the loop, or HITL. All it means is that the AI should only ever be an assistive tool. It can suggest things, it can make recommendations, it can provide information, but it can never,
ever make the final decision. The final call on what to do, who to send, how to handle it, that has to stay with the human. The AI is a tool. It is not the one in charge.
Okay, our final section, the path forward, human control. So how do we actually do this? How do we get all the amazing benefits of this technology while making sure we keep all those dangers in check? Well, the answer seems to be a path forward that puts human control first, at every single step of the way.
Look, a responsible way to do this is step by step. You don't just flip a giant AI switch and hope for the best. You start small with simple decision support tools, things that just assist, not decide. You focus on the clear wins first, like officer safety tools. Then maybe you move on to optimizing logistics, like routing and resource management. Then you can automate the back office stuff to free up humans for the real critical thinking. But honestly, the most crucial step is the last one, continuous evaluation. You have to be constantly checking these systems for bias and making sure they're actually working the way they're supposed to.
Because ultimately, this is the main takeaway. The goal is not to build an autonomous system that makes decisions for us. Not at all. The goal is to build a system that helps humans think better, think faster, and with way more information than we've ever had before. It's about augmenting our intelligence, not replacing it.
So, we're left with this one last really big question. This kind of technology, it's not science fiction anymore. It's here, it's on our doorstep. So the question really isn't if AI is coming to emergency response, but how. How are we, as a society, going to build the safeguards and demand the transparency we need to make sure these incredibly powerful new tools actually serve and protect everyone, fairly and equally?